Let's start the session. Hello, everyone. Welcome to RPA Vault trainings. Very good morning and good evening. People join from different locations. Thank you all for joining this first free demo session on RPA Vault trainings, where we are going to launch a new batch on Power Automation Cloud and desktop. So, in these many years, thank you so much for supporting RPA Vault technologies and trainings. So can yeah. So first, let me explain you what we are going to through here, and so these many years, almost like more than 7+ years of my teaching experience, we have just restricted to only in giving the trainings on your path. Now, so we thought like why don't we launch the other technologies and trainings also under RPA Vault? So with this initiation, so we have collaborated with different professional industry trainers. So in this part for this Power Automation Cloud and Desktop, we are introducing you all Mr. Ankii Reddy Sudha, wherein having 13+ years of industry experience on different RPA tools like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, Blue Prism, and Power Automation Cloud and Desktop. Um, Thank you so much again. A warm welcome on and everyone, and we'll share this recorded session also for the future references who have missed the session today. Okay, right. And thank you so much everyone again for joining. Over to you, Mr. Reddy. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghav, for introducing me. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Just introducing myself. This is Ankii. I have overall 13 plus years of experience into IT. Out of that, I have around 8 years of experience into RPA sector. I mean to say, I have started my career in RPA initially into Automation Anywhere, then UiPath, Blue Prism. Now, currently, from since 3 years onwards, I am working in Power Automate, Power Platform sector. I work on Power Automate Cloud and Power Automate Desktop, and as well as Power Apps also. We have integrated the Power Apps and we have integrated the Power BI instead of as part of that Power Platform. Okay. And first of all, right, this is the introduction from my side. Uh, uh, as part of this training session, we'll be covering Power Automate Cloud and as well as Power Automate Desktop. Okay. And basically, anyone do you have any idea what is the difference between Power Automate Cloud and Power Automate Desktop, guys? Anyone just prior to that, there might be, right, you might be getting some confusion, right? Everyone it is calling as a Power Automate, but Power Automate, it is having two types of, one is cloud and as well as desktop. What is the difference between, anyone having any idea,
Or Power Automation Cloud is like UiPath Orchestrator, and Power Automation is like desktop, UiPath
yeah.
Studio.
Yeah, basically, see, yeah, okay, I got it. But orchestration in the sense, Power Automate, it is like cloud, right? It is not it is workflow automation, not the business process automation. Basically, there are so many connectors are available. Suppose if you want to update the SharePoint, or if you want to connect to the database, or if you want to connect to a third party APIs, either through HTTP request, service now, or Salesforce or some XYZ. Basically, Power Automate Cloud can be used for the workflow automation. If you want to automate any actions which you are going to perform on your desktop, or whatever the actions you are going to perform as by human, you are going to click on something, you are going to enter the data, and you are launching the browser, and that type of actions can be performed by the Power Automate Desktop. Okay. It is the integration, Power Platform, it is a suite of different type of tools. Okay. I'll be sharing my screen just. Okay, please let me know whether you are able to see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Power platform, it is right suit up tools. There are so many things. Okay. Like basically, it is right Power Automate Cloud can be integrated directly with the M365. Okay. Okay. One is Power Automate Cloud. Basically, Power Automate Cloud can be used for the cloud workflow automation. Okay. Sorry. Then Power Automate Desktop. Okay, it is calling as a pad Power Automate shortcut. Okay. Third one is Power Apps. Power Apps in the sense, right? If you want to implement any applications, right? If you want to suppose as an end user, see why it comes into the RPA sector, why it is required to integration of that Power Apps. Suppose think as an end user, right? Whenever I'm going to select the data, I'm entering some data, then I want to trigger the Power Automate desktop flow. How we are going to like that? That okay. Power Apps. Okay, basically it is right. If you want to implement any applications, right, we are going with the Power Apps. Then Power BI. What is using for the Power BI? Power BI basically used for the analytics purpose, right? If you want to analyze, if you want to uh, data, if you want to perform some analysis on the data, if you want to generate reports, if you want to integrate the reports like that, for that purpose we are going to use the Power BI. Then like even chatbots also we are going to integrate. Okay, that previously it is calling as a Power Virtual Agents. Okay, now it is calling as a chatbots. Okay, then one more thing is Power Pages, right? If you want to implement your like web browsers, right? If you want to integrate your uh, um, uh, if you want to implement any web application, right, you can go ahead with the Power Pages. Okay, right? Power Automate Cloud Flow can be used for the workflow automation. Power Automate Desktop can be used for if you want to automate, if you want to perform the, if you want to automate the actions which you are going to perform on desktop, right? It can. Okay, Power Automate Desktop, it comes into the RPA, robotic process automation. Power Apps, basically Power Apps can be used for the implement the application. There are two types of application. Anyway, it is not required, just I will provide that overview of that once, right, end of these sessions. Okay, model driven apps and canvas application. Power BI, it is like if you want to integrate your like if you want to perform any analysis on the data, if you want to integrate the, if you want to generate the reports, then we are going to with the Power BI. Chatbots, previously it is calling as a Power Virtual Agents. Now it is right, it is calling as a chatbots. If you want to integrate any chatbots, right, this one. Power Page, basically if you want to write implement your own web applications, you can go ahead with the Power Page. And also now agents also comes into the picture. Okay, okay, agents, right? Now like even they recently they have introduced the agents also. I will let you know that concept. 1 minute. Even I am going to explain this concept as well, how we can like implement the agents. Like I'm not going to provide like end to end, just like I can like explain the basic overview of agents, how we can integrate the, how we can implement simple agents, and how we can integrate that agents inside of our uh, Power Automate Desktop. Recently they have introduced, this is Copilot Agent Academy. Even like I can cover you like some basics about Copilot Studio also. Now I also started to work on implementing the agents. Okay, that is the reason. Just this is the website. Okay, if you want to learn any agents, right? If you want to, recently they have started. Like I'll be sharing all the documents. Don't worry about that. And also, guys, for each and every session, right? Suppose we are going to discuss some topic on today. Like I'll be providing the document, and as well as like, and we'll be discussing the use case and in practice, and for your practice purpose I'll be sharing some use cases also. Like, and also anyone is working on any other RPA tools, guys, like you are trying to migrate from some other RPA to Power Automate Desktop nowadays, right? There are so many clients, they are trying to migrate from UiPath or some other RPA tools to Power Automate Desktop because of like license cost, and like that is the reason. And also, right, it is a Microsoft, it is having a power, it is calling as a Power Platform, it is having a suite of different tools also available, right? Everything is there, right? Power BI, if you want to if you want to integrate the reports also, you can use the Power BI. It is the ecosystem. Anyway, once the actual sessions is going to start, I'll be explaining each and everything elaborately. You don't worry about that. Okay. And also, as part of training session, we'll be discussing about the Power Automate Cloud and Power Automate Desktop, right? Anyway, like Shivani or Kumar, they will be sharing the training content also. And and also, as part of Power Automate Desktop, we'll be discussing about the AI builder. Okay, agents also, how we can integrate that agents. And yeah, and also I'll be explaining the Power Platform framework also. For one of my client, we have only implemented the Power Platform framework. For whenever you are going to start any business process automation, we will be taking that as a template for our business process. Okay, like UiPath, right? You know, right? RE framework as a template, right? Installation, then like getting the transaction data. After getting the transaction data, where you are going to get the transaction data, there might be different data sources. You will be getting the data from some XYZ, whether you are going to get the data from application database or like some SQL server or Oracle or APIs, like that. And processing will be, you are like, after getting the transaction data, then we'll be processing. Then we, after the once the processing is completed for all the transactions, then we will be closing, we'll be ending the flow. Here also, initialization, see, this also I'll be explaining. You don't worry, like we have integrated that. I am calling it as a Power Platform framework. This is the theoretical part. You don't worry, like one by one, like I'll be explaining. Like RE framework in UiPath. Based on that, we have implemented the Power Platform framework. Whenever you are going to start any business process automation, then we are going to use that as a template. Here also, initialization, then get transaction data. Third one is process transaction. Then end process. 3, initialization and get transaction data. Here also, see, get transaction data, basically suppose they're like a backend. Like here also, for this we have created some SQL server database table for our purpose, just for the editing purpose. Okay, we are not going to directly touch the application data. Okay, instead of that, we are going to read the data from the application database. Then we are going to load that data into our Power Platform framework. Okay, this thing. Then these two, installation, right? Here, what is the installation, guys? Right? Like RE framework, installation can be like what are the actions you are going to perform? What are the tasks you are going to perform in the installation stage, guys? Anyone having any idea?
Login.
Yeah, login process,
We will log
Yeah.
into the
open
applications. We
applications.
will read
Yes.
the config file.
Yes, here also, instead of configuration file, here is the concept is environment variable. Like I'm comparing assets is there, right? In the UiPath orchestrator. Asset, there are only limited. There are like string, this thing, boolean, and as well as number. But here there are different type of. Okay, like maybe here will be like moving, right? There are here first I am going to explain environments also. There are different type of environments: dev environment, test environment, production environment. Okay, like dev might be application URL getting changed, right? Dev, even for test might be changed. Okay, even for the prod also, even for the application database, suppose database for UAT will be different, production will be different. We are not going to touch the production database in the dev or test environment. That is the region. Okay, here also there is the environment variable concept. Installation is the thing. We are going to start the process, log process start, then we are going to end in the cloud side. Then after that, like we are going to initialize, in the sense, first of all we should have to identify what are the different type of environment variables, what is the like what are the data can be stored, right? Application URL, right? What is the delay, maximum delay, minimum delay, like application database name, what is the server name, what is the username, what is the password. And also, guys, see here, suppose whenever you are going to log into any some XYZ application, right? How we are going to get the password, guys? Where you are going to store in the UI path, like any other RPA tools? Just
Assets, orchestrator assets.
but that is visible, right? It is exposing, right? But that is the reason here, like Power Platform in the Power Automate side, Microsoft, we are going to get the credentials from the CyberArk. Okay, get password from the CyberArk. That also we'll be discussing that also, right? It is better, it is secure, and also it is not exposing that in the log. But whenever you are going to use the asset, right, it might be exposing that into the log files, right? Password details, those details. Okay, just like I am comparing here, right? Installation start, log process start. I will be provide the document also. You can suggest in our company. Okay, this is very good one. Log process end. This is the cloud side I am saying. Then in the get transaction data, basically what we are going to perform in this in this stage, guys, in this step, get transaction data. I mean to say,
Extracting the data and storing
yeah,
data table or Excel something.
yeah, here, right, here I am saying like get transaction data, basically, right, there might be the different data sources. From which data source you are getting, like you are getting the data from database or some application database or Excel, like how we are going to get normally, guys?
From Excel,
In
from orchestrator.
okay, but here also I said, right, there might be, right, as like previously whatever the clients I worked, right, they are getting they are loading the data, like separating, they are loading the data into the application database. Then we'll be reading the data from application database and we'll be loading that application database into our Power Platform framework. This is, right, just like this is the best. I mean to say, just I'm comparing, I'll be providing this thing. Okay, these two, installation and get transaction things, will be performing in Power Automate Cloud. Okay. And in the process transaction, what are the things you are going to perform, guys, in the process? I mean to say, in the process transaction, basically, whatever the data we read, then we are going to process one by one. Okay. These two things can be done in processing transaction, can be done in Power Automate desktop, basically. Okay, Power Automate Cloud, basically installation purpose, then reading the data. Then after reading the data, we are going to pass the data to the Power Automate desktop. Logic processing can be done in the Power Automate desktop. Okay. End process, right, after once you are processing all the transaction, then it will be sending a notification to the Power Automate Cloud, then it is going to end the process. Got it, guys? Just like I am explaining, just like framework thing, like this is the, like once you have completed, once our training complete says, you will come to know, right, how the Power Automate Cloud will work, what is the purpose of Power Automate Cloud, what is the purpose of Power Automate desktop. Okay, here there are so many concepts in the Power Automate Cloud, like there are different type of cloud flows. Okay, in the through UiPath, like what are the different type of clouds are there, guys, generally?
UiPath orchestrator.
Okay, like scheduling, like you are going to schedule, right? If you want to debug, how you are going to debug? If you want to run your flow, like there are right, how we are going to make a schedule in UiPath?
We need to trigger the configure that bot add missions.
Yes, in the here also, here Power Automate can be acting as an orchestrator, basically, but it is not an actual orchestrator, just like it is, right, whatever the things we are going to perform in UiPath orchestrator, in addition of those, right, we can perform some like different actions also. There are different connectors, there are 500 plus connectors. If you want to extract the data from the Salesforce or ServiceNow or like through APIs, like there are, we'll be exploring one by one. Okay, see here there are through Power Automate Cloud, there are like Power Automate can be classified into two things. One is Power Automate Cloud Flows, and second one is Power Automate Desktop Flow. Power Automate Cloud, it is a workflow automation, right? If you want to send an approvals, right? If you want to if you want to send reminders, if you want to retrieve the data from the SharePoint, and if you want to retrieve the data from other like some uh, different data sources like Salesforce, ServiceNow, or JD Edwards, like that. Those things we can do. Okay. Again, cloud flows can be classified into three types. Okay, again, Power Automate cloud flows can be classified into three types. I'll be sharing the document also, don't worry. I am preparing for each and every topic for the documentation. And also for your practice purpose, I'm providing some use cases also. There are three types, right? One is scheduled cloud flow, instant. Anyway, this one like I'll be explaining elaborately. Don't worry. Just for time being, I'm explaining. Instant cloud flow. Third one is automated cloud flow. Okay, see what is the scheduled cloud flow? Like in UiPath, like what is meaning by scheduled cloud flow? Guys, what is meaning by schedule?
Based on
We'll
the
schedule
client
it.
requirement, we will schedule the bots. So it will
Particular
trigger
time
based
or
on the
Yeah.
time and based on the calendars and holidays,
Yes.
weekends or weekdays.
Yeah. See here, there are three types, right? Again, I said, right, Power Automate, it is classified into two types of flows. One is Power Automate Cloud and Desktop. Power Automate Cloud can be used for the workflow automation, mainly for the reminders, approvals. If you want to get the data from different data sources, we can use the Power Automate Cloud. Power Automate Desktop, right, it is right, it is basically whatever the actions and whatever the actions you are going to perform on desktop, those actions can be mimicked. Okay, comes into that Power Automate Desktop, it is treating as a RPA. It is a RPA tool, robotic process automation. If you want to implement RPA, there are so many tools are available in the market, but like now like market highly, like there are so many tools in the market, but out of so many tools there are like there are some tools like that is having high demand, like UiPath, uh, Automation Anywhere, Power Automate Desktop, and Blue Prism. Okay, see here, automated, again, cloud flows can be classified into three types: scheduled cloud flow, instant cloud flow, see, automated cloud flow. See, scheduled cloud flow basically according to your requirement, according to business requirement. I want to trigger the bot every day at some time, right? You can. Otherwise, I want to trigger the bot like some like weekdays or some like alternative days. See here, click on this. Here you can see whatever the flow name, like, and also here also best practices also we are going to discuss, right? Like UiPath also, right? You are going to do what we are going to do, we are going to implement some best practices, right guys, right? For action names, right? Here also flow names, for which purpose you are going to, there are like different flows, like naming conventions you should have to follow, guys. I will explain these things also. I already prepared the document, but initially we don't require, but like whenever you are going to practice each and every, like even for the small detail also, we are going to follow the naming convention so that like we can get a hands on. Okay, see here this thing, repeat every 1 minute, like this. We will be discussing this. Just I'm explaining this. Okay, if you want to create, suppose I want to trigger starting from today or from next month, like every 1 minute, like every 1 month. Here also see here occurrence, repeat every 1 month, 1 week, day, hour, minute, second. Maybe sometimes, right, every time, like maybe every 1 hour, like data will be refreshing, that you want to trigger the bot like that. Okay, okay, you can do this. Okay, date also. Okay, and also name should be like naming convention you should have to follow, guys. We will be discussing, don't. Okay, automated, what is the meaning of automation, guys? Generally,
It's an automated.
yeah, automated cloud flow. And the suppose see guys, suppose like you have received an email from your manager, you want to perform, you want to do some task. Okay, then whenever you have received an email, then I want to trigger the flow. Whenever the update, see here, these are the different type of triggers are available. Suppose I have like some new task assigned to you, through SharePoint. Whenever the item is created, then I want to trigger. Whenever the file is created in the OneDrive, I want to trigger the flow like this. See here, suppose when a file is created, then click. Okay, yes, I'm saying after creating the file, then whatever the actions you want to perform, then it will be automatically. Anyway, here also why it is coming here different compared to UI path. Okay, connections. We'll be discussing those things also, but immediately, right, you will be getting confused if I'm explaining also. Okay, suppose you want to connect to the OneDrive, you want to connect to the SQL Server database. How we are going to do, guys? How like through UI path, like how we are going to do?
We need to provide the site name and
Yeah,
we need to get it.
yeah, for that also, because when a file is created, what is it is coming invalid parameters, because right we have to connect that OneDrive particularly. Okay, suppose if you want to even like when those things I'll be explaining to Power Automate Direct is there. We can do some actions also. Suppose 1 minute, database. See here we can do, but like here I want to, instead of Power Automate desktop, I want to read the data from Cloudflow. How we are going to do? For that purpose, prior to that, we should have to create a connection, guys. Okay, we'll be discussing that. Then whatever the action, there are two types of new designer, okay, classic. Okay, this also we'll be discussing. Okay, why it is. See, look and feel, you can see, observe here this thing. But here you are able to read. Some guys, right, they are comfortable with the new designer, some like they are like comfortable with the old. But as a best, as you are like learner, right, better to use this, disable this new designer. Then if you want to perform any action, there are C. And also here guys, there are different type of connectors are available. Standard in the sense, it is right, it comes based on your 365 subscription. Suppose premium connector, we should have a license. We'll be providing that as well, right? If you want to trigger a desktop flow, we have a premium license. If you want to connect to the Oracle or SQL server, for that also any third party, I'll be providing this. Okay, these are there are different type of connectors are available. Standard connectors, premium connectors, even custom, in the sense we are going to create our own custom. Suppose, right, whatever the Microsoft provided, there are like 500 connects are available, but out of 500, like based on my business requirement, I am not able to achieve that. For that purpose, we are going to create our own custom connect. I will show you that how we can. Also, there are 500 plus connectors are available. Okay, just time being I'm explaining, guys, don't get confused. Okay, this is what like automated cloud flow. Okay, suppose based on some action, if you want to trigger the flow, whenever the new item created, whenever the new email is received, right, whenever like some action performed, then if you want to trigger the flow, or if you want to trigger the automated cloud flow, then okay, see. And see, describe it to design, right? Now like it is integrated the Copilot also, you don't worry, like Microsoft is having so many things. Okay, suppose if you want to create a desktop flow, directly you can create. I told you Power Automate can be classified into two types of flows: Power Automate Cloud, Power Automate Desktop. Again, Power Automate Cloud can be classified into three types of flows. One is scheduled cloud flow, automated cloud flow, instant cloud flow. Instant in the sense just for your debugging, manually just write manual trigger a flow. Like basically we are not going to use the just for if you want to trigger the flow manually, then you can. But 99% we are not going to use. Rare cases we will be using. Suppose, right, you have button, just like we are going to add a button, manually trigger a flow. Suppose you want to send a reminder. Suppose you have already sent a reminder. Okay, but again you want to send a notification to your team. You can add if you want to, just I will let you know that. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, these are everything is premium only, we will discuss. Okay, just like manually, just like you are going to, whenever you are going to run, right, then we will be triggering that. Okay, as of now, is it clear, guys? Is it okay or not? Just if you are having any doubts regarding.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, actually, right, regarding this subscription also, we'll be arranging that. Okay, don't worry. Right, even like only I told you, right, there are two types of connectors, standard and premium. Okay, if you are having normal Outlook account, it will not work out. Okay, for that we should have some license. Okay, for that anyway, we'll be working on that. Like if you have any doubts, if you required any, right, regarding the training contents, please let me know so that.
I have one doubt.
Yeah, please.
Can I? Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we
yes,
create
please.
queues in Power Desktop, or we need to create in cloud and we need to call there? Like we need
Yeah,
to.
yeah, you are able to see my screen right here, right?
Yes.
Queues we are going to create. Like how we
In
are going to
cloud, right?
create queue? Yeah, cloud
Yeah,
we are
in
going to
cloud.
create. Yeah, we have to add. Then we will be performing actions here.
Yes,
I
yes.
will show you.
This thing, it will reflect in Power Desktop, right?
Yes, and
Directly
without
we can.
yeah, like what is the purpose of queues, guys? What is the purpose?
To store the work items into the work queues.
No, that is okay. What is the main purpose?
Storing
To
data.
To
monitor
distribute
the
Yes.
it
data.
evenly among all the robots.
To
Yeah,
monitor all the transactions.
yeah, multi-bot architecture, right? Basic. What is the purpose of queues in the sense? If you want to reducing the processing time,
Load
just take
balancing. We can
load
balance
Load
the
balance,
load.
right?
balancing. Yes.
We can add multiple bots, but in the sense VDA, right? How for that here also work queues. There are two ways we can implement the multi-bot architecture, guys, in Power Automate Desktop. But we did not use the work queues for implementing that. Do you know concurrency control? That will be different. We'll be discussing that. We can distribute the data to the multiple machines without using the work queues concept in Power Automate Desktop. I will be explaining that. Okay, there are two ways, but UiPath like only one way. You can use the queues concept. But here there are two ways. Concurrency control. Second one is work queues. But we did not use the work queues. We have implemented the multi-bot architecture by using concurrency control feature. I will show you that. See here how many flow instances loop are this thing. Okay, anyway, like once you have implemented that, you will come to know that. Okay, this is parallel execution. I mean to say, right? Suppose take an example, guys. Suppose there are 1,000 transactions. Okay, 1,000 transactions, and like I have there are four bots I have added. Okay, then how many transactions it is going to distribute, guys? Four bots in the sense four machines.
Four. Yeah, four.
Yeah,
Each bot will pick one item.
yeah, 250 it is going to distribute. Okay, one by one. Okay, here also like that. And also suppose in UiPath, how like suppose you are going to distribute the, suppose take an example. Okay, VDI 1, VDI 2, VDI 3. Suppose think there are like 700 transactions. Like how it is going to, suppose all the bots will be accessing the same application, right? How it is going to log with the same credentials, or like how, guys?
But based on each mission, we need to create the credentials for each application, for the application, mission name base.
Yeah, that is the reason here, right? We have to mission group concept is coming. Okay, there is a mission group, right? We can create a mission group. Instead of mission group, then we can add all the missions to the mission group. Then, right, we don't require multiple credentials for accessing the same application. Okay, here I will let you know one by one. I will explain that. Just like today, like I'm not going to explain you the practical part. Tomorrow I am going to explain you the practical part. Like we'll be creating one simple cloud flow, then we'll be calling the Power Automate desktop, how it is going to do that. So that just today I'm covering the theoretical part. Okay, see here, meson group, how like in UiPath there is no that type of feature, right guys? See here, meson, right? Whatever the meson. Okay, here meson group, you can create one meson group, you can allocate. Okay, meson group, basically meson group, it is nothing but you can write based on the process. If you want to, whatever the process you have allocated some mesons to that particular process, then you can add here. Okay, then only. Okay, if you want to create a new meson group, you can see here like this. We'll discuss that also. Just like for this anyway, we should have I will try to work on that. Otherwise I will be providing my implemented videos for this. Okay, if you have different mesons, we can do that. Otherwise I'll be like I will do some R&D on that, and I will be allocating this. And also, right, in UiPath, guys, how we are going to perform the deployment, guys? Suppose you want to
We need
perform
to
the
create a
deployment.
package, and we need to
Mm.
go to the production environment and try this here, and then we need to create assets,
Okay.
which is and the configure file, everything, and we need to move the code, and then we need to deploy based upon the versions.
Okay, directly. Yeah, okay, through without pipelines, like you are doing the right, right? Yeah, like you are downloading the package, you are exporting, and you are importing, like that, right, guys?
Yeah. Once we are getting approvals, we are doing that.
Yeah, here also there are like in UiPath, how we are going to move that one environment to another environment? How we are going to create the like here also there are three different type of environments. Yeah, here, right, we should have to create the different environments. Who is the responsible person? There is the Power Platform admin, but see, practically they won't give the admin access to us client people. Okay, like through Power Platform admin.powerplatform.com. Here they are in the organization level, they are going to create a environments here. Basically there are three types, as previously we like for like whatever the clients have worked for till now, right? There are three environments. What are basically, guys? Dev, test is nothing but a stage environment, then prod environment. Okay, see here this one, but anyway I don't have admin like license, just I'm saying. Here see, there are different types. I will explain that, don't worry, but I will try to get admin access also. See roles and manage if you want to create. See here deployment also, like there are two ways here deployment. Either you can use the pipelines, otherwise you can use the import and export. Here export in the sense, whatever the solution you want to export, you want to deploy into the different environment, you have to export that. Select here export solution, then after that in which environment you are going to import, you can. Here like solution, what is meaning by solution, guys? Like there you are treating as a package. Here also there are, why it is required solution, guys? Generally in UiPath, whenever you are going to deploy, what are the things it is that package is going to include, guys? Suppose you have automated one process, right? Then you want to import, you want to move that into another environment, right? You are going to export that package. What actually that package is containing, guys?
So it contains like environment variables, connection references, and cloud flows as well.
Yeah, I mean to say
And
UiPath. Yeah, UiPath package contains assets. Compare here also in Power Platform, right? Solution. Basically, it is the solution, right? It is the best practice, right? If suppose your process might be having different environment variables, might be that your process is having cloud flows, might be having desktop flows. Suppose I want to move all the cloud flows, desktop flows, environment variables, connections related to that particular business process. How we are going to move that? Okay, suppose without creating the solution we have implemented individually, then how we are going to move that? It is not a best practice. One by one you are selecting, will be like moving. That is not a best. Instead of that, here we are going to create a solution. See here, I will show you that. Okay, like we will be discussing this one by one. I mean to say, we are going to perform day-to-day activities with the best practice, so that like you will get a hands-on solution. Here, like solution. See, here also publisher in the sense, basically you have take an example. You are working for some client, you are having like multiple processes, 30 to 40 business processes you have automated. How you are going to uniquely identify? I mean to say, you have created the cloud flows, you created the desktop flows, like that time how we are going to identify that cloud flow belongs to this, like that. Okay, that is the reason for your specific business process we can create a publisher, so that like you will come to know. Okay, just RPA test, but just I'm showing you. This is having, it is the whole solution. I want to move that solution into another environment. Okay, that is the reason we are going to use the solution. See here. Yeah, suppose you have implemented the Canvas app, but like that is the that Power App is belongs to your business process. If suppose if you have taken example, if you have individually developed, then you want to move that, then how we are going to move? Like individually, that is not a best practice. Instead of that, you can create a solution, then you can do here. See here, whatever the cloud flows belongs to this, it will be coming here. Suppose if there is any desktop flows, right, that will be coming here. See here, see cloud flow, custom data flow, desktop flow, you can create desktop flow, then it will be calling the Power Automate desktop. Okay, then it is easy for you to move the whole package from one environment to another environment. Then in the Power Automate, we are going to create a solution. Okay, that is the thing. Connections, this will by one will be explaining as part of our training session, right? If I'm going to explain you immediately, right, you will be getting confused. Okay, from once the actual sessions will be starting, we'll be discussing elaborately cloud flows, then like core, what are the core building blocks of the cloud flows? Cloud flows, it might be having, right, everywhere in any programming language, variables is the main important, right? Variables, these will be what are the different type of, we are going to discuss about Power Automate cloud variables, and as well as Power Automate desktop will be classified differently. First we'll be discussing Power Automate cloud, then we'll be like discussing the Power Automate desktop, so that right we'll come to know, we'll be understanding that. Okay, like anyone is not having any idea, like all do you have any idea about the RPA, right? If anyone is not having RPA, like when you are trying to migrate to RPA from non-IT to IT, please let me know, so that I can explain you the RPA. What is RPA? What is the implementation life cycle RPA? What are the different tools are available? Why you are going to use the RPA concept? Why, guys? Is everyone is aware, or like anyone new to this RPA concept?
So what is the difference in Power Automate desktop or cloud versus UiPath?
See, UiPath, first of all thing, UiPath, okay, Power Automate cloud, I told you it is the workflow automation, it is not a RPA. Okay, if you are integrating cloud and desktop, then it becomes the RPA. Desktop, Power Automate desktop, basically it is the one of the tool for implementing the RPA concept. UiPath also, it is one of the tool implementing the RPA concept. Okay, because here suppose UiPath, first thing will be the license cost, guys. Okay, license, and also even like UiPath is having agents, right? Nowadays, right, clients there, why they are trying to migrate? Because of the license cost, because of that like expense on that UiPath. That is the most of the clients they are trying to migrate to the Microsoft Power Automate. Power Automate cloud, it is not a RPA. It is not implementing the RPA concept. It is just like It is treating as a workflow automation. If you want to initialize, if you want to retrieve the data, then we are going to, if you want to trigger the cloud desktop flows, we are going to use the Power Automate Cloud. It is treating as a orchestrator like UiPath, right? We can store environment details. We can write like UiPath will be classified into two, right, guys? UiPath bot also there, UiPath robot. Okay, UiPath orchestrator is there, UiPath Studio. Why you are going to use UiPath Studio, guys? What is the purpose of UiPath Studio? Tell me.
Development.
To
Yeah,
develop.
here also. Yeah,
To
here
develop the
also
code.
Yes, Power Automate Desktop basically, right? Whatever the actions you are going to perform on the desktop, right? Power Automate Desktop. That is in UiPath, like which one it is going to implement the RPA concept? In which component? UiPath component. Basically, you are going to use for implementing the RPA concept. UiPath Studio, right? Here also, Power Automate Desktop can be used to implement the RPA concept. Whatever the actions you are going to perform on your desktop, those actions can be automated. Okay, what is the purpose of UiPath Orchestrator, guys? Mainly, what is the purpose of UiPath Orchestrator?
To monitor and to manage.
To trigger
Yeah,
the flows and
here
Trigger the
also.
flow, scheduling.
Yeah, how we are going to trigger the flow, UiPath Studio flow? Right,
We need
you
to
are
allocate
selecting.
the machines. We
Yes,
need
here
to.
yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Sorry.
No, 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 no. You
Yeah,
can continue.
yeah. Here also UiPath orchestrator like will be treating as a Power Automate Cloud. Through cloud, we are like maintaining the machines, we are adding the machines, we are triggering the cloud flows, right? We are scheduling the cloud flow. This thing we are scheduling the desktop flows. Okay, that will be once the
yeah, one question like
hmm.
apart from license cost, are there any specific reasons for this shift? Like currently many clients are migrating to Power Automate, right? From other tools. So are there any factors apart from licensing costs?
Yeah, even see Power Automate, right? It is easily integrated UiPath like compared to UiPath Power Automate, right? It is easily integrate with the Microsoft products, and also there are so many connectors are available. I will show you more than 700. Salesforce, ServiceNow, like there. You tell me there are suppose you want to retrieve the data from the Salesforce or ServiceNow. We are going to retrieve that, guys.
Like we'll extract
By using the
or
on-premise
any API
gateways, you can extract.
or
Yeah,
APIs.
yeah. Here I told you there are different type of connectors. I will show you 1 minute so that you will come to know. See here, there are different more than like a thousand, that connection that active that action that connectivity might not be available in the UiPath. Licensing this thing, okay, it can easily integrate with the Microsoft, and also it is a suite of tools, right? I told you Power BI. Suppose instead of your RPA, right, in our business process you want to analyze, you want to show the analytics data, you want to integrate the graphs also, right, reports also, and also you want to integrate the Power Apps also. That time how it is possible, you see, guys? You might be not seeing that, like you can only the implementing that RPA, okay, business process automation, but instead of business process automation you want to integrate the Power Apps, you want to integrate the some applications, you want to integrate right, you want to trigger a flow after entering the data inside of your Power App, I mean to say application. Then you want to trigger that um, Power Automate desktop flow. That is the reason. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. And
That is
also like yeah,
yeah.
like
Please.
and can Power Automate handle the complex business process like UiPath? So
Yeah.
UiPath can handle complex business process, right? Power Automate also can do this
Yes. Because
smoothly.
see, yeah, it is like Microsoft is a like good, like anyway UiPath like introduced like till like 2015 like that. But Microsoft like they are trying to enhance things. Even like they are trying to integrate the agents also. And also nowadays, right? If you are having good exposure and like if you are having an hands-on agentic process automation, right? Then like you will get a good package that like think that perspective, guys. I'll be providing that overview also. I'll be providing some documents also for your uh, enhancement purpose. Please concentrate on the right agents nowadays, right? Anyway, Microsoft they are trying to integrate some new enhancements also. Better to learn, right? Power Automate Desktop, Power Automate Cloud. Even we can learn for the Power Apps also. Okay, for that also I'll be providing some basic documentation on that. Hello.
Yeah.
And
Do we?
sorry,
Yeah.
Ankit.
Do we?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hello.
please.
So
Yeah, please.
I just want to add one more point for the major difference between the
Mm,
Power Automate and shifting from UiPath to
mm,
Power Automate. The first one is the
mm.
license only. The second one, the cloud. Who are
Yes.
asking what is the major
Mm,
difference? So in the cloud,
mm,
so which is acting as an orchestrator, but in the
mm.
Power Automate cloud we can also develop directly with the small
Yes.
we have the automated schedule we can't even we can
Mm.
go into the cloud and we can directly develop there for the small processes and
Yeah.
run from there instead of
Yes.
whereas in the UiPath we need to develop only in the studio and run in the orchestrator, no development
Yes.
in the orchestrator. But here in the
Yeah.
cloud we can develop small processes or else even much more bigger
Yes.
processes depending on our requirements. So that is the major difference which I have observed. I
Yeah.
have been
And also,
recently from
yeah, I'll be
yeah.
adding. Thanks a lot for that. Suppose if you don't want to perform any actions in our web browser or web or desktop, I mean to say, you want to update the data, only Excel file or some XYZ in the you want to perform some calculation and you want to that type of processes can be done in by using Power Automate Cloud without using the Power Automate Desktop also. And also that time, right, UiPath will not do, right, guys? Because of for simple processes, right, they won't invest that much of money. That is the reason. Got it, guys? Is it clear or do you
Yes, yes, clear.
Yes. Yes.
see?
Clear.
Yeah, deploy here, right? Admin, right? Anyway, UiPath also admin is there, right? Anyway, we'll be getting only access and user access. Here, admin just we are having user access, but we are acting as admin, right? For any company, there will be one admin. Okay, they won't give the admin privileges to the contractors. Contractors in the sense we are not directly working with the client. We are working with client through some XYZ, either TCS or Wipro or some XYZ. That is the reason, right? Even here also deployment can be done two ways, either automated pipelines, otherwise I have shown you import and export. You see there are different type of connections, more than not 500, it is more than 1000. They are adding, continuously adding. Now recently I used I implemented the Power Apps, right? We are getting a data from the JD Edwards. Okay, how we are going to get through orchestrator? I mean to say APIs only. Okay, see here also guys on premises. Okay, on premises, right? If you are going to connect with the SQL Server, you don't require to install any software. But if you are going to connect with Oracle database, you want to retrieve the data from the Oracle. That time, right, we should have to install Oracle client, Oracle ODBC drivers on that particular VDA. Okay, it is easily integrate with the Microsoft products, Power Platform. That is the reason. Anyway, we'll be discussing the Power Platform system also. One
Sorry, someone is speaking, but we are not able to hear you. So, Ankreddy, we have some questions in the chat. So let's go for one by one, okay? First, Prasad is asking any work schedule this work. So, so Mr. Ankit, please go through the chat no, and please answer one by one query.
how we are going to handle the exceptions in UiPath?
Uh,
Are you
Raghav,
able to hear? Sorry.
Yeah, please, Ankit, continue.
Okay. Like in UiPath, like you are going to handle the exceptions, like by using which actions? Try catch. Here also in
Try catch.
yeah, in here also cloud will be different. Scope action we are going to create concurrence. Okay, I will explain you. And through Power Automate desktop, we are going to action level or block level also. Suppose see. See here, there are two types. This
Reddy,
is
we are not able to see your screen.
oh sorry. I already said I think 1 minute. It is closed. Sorry.
In Power Automate, we have on block error, on error, right?
Yes, yes. There are yeah, block wise and as well as action level. Two ways. Okay. Anyway, and also here also there are some like if you want to readability purpose, we can follow some best practices. Are you able to see my now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
this one. Yeah, these are the flow control and also region also. If you want to maintain the readability, suppose right, see this thing also. We can segregate the data, your actions into one region. Okay. See, there are different type of variables we are going to discuss basically. Like, what are the different type of variables are available in the UiPath? Like anyway, string, test, data table, list, arrays. Here also same thing. Okay, there are two types: simple and advanced. Okay, test string. We are going to discuss about regular expressions also. Okay, and then like we can these are the basics condition loops. Okay, flow control and like and also like as part of our training session I'm going to add I'm going to provide the some like basic knowledge on VB scripting, Python scripting and Java scripting, right? We will see like how we can integrate, how we can write, and for that I'll be providing some documents also, VB scripting, Python scripting and as well as Java scripting. Those are also main important for that. Main HTTP we are doing, and there are two types of work queues also we are going to discuss. I told you there are two types. We can implement the multi-bot architecture in Power Automate. Okay, one is through work queues, another one is concurrency control. Okay, through machine groups we are going to achieve that. We are going to do the Excel automation, database automation, email automation. Anyway, in the email, right, that this Gmail actions are deprecated. Anyway, we are going to work with Outlook only. And also database, right, we'll be configuring, we'll be discussing SQL Server, and we'll be like discussing some basics on SQL also, like what is DDL commands, DCL, okay, DML commands, and how we are going to configure Excel as a database, right? How we can write a stored procedure, these things, basic things we'll be discussing. Even for the OCR thing will be, but anyway, nowadays, see, right? Yeah, I worked on this OCR also. Some like even for one of the business process, we have to open the PDF inside the mesh point. Then I have to make a sign also. I implemented that as well for one of the business process. That is the requirement, guys. Suppose invoice processing completed by that bot. Then after that, like business wants to sign. Okay, that also, right, we have captured the sign, and through notepad we have to open that, we have to set the background, then we have to make a sign. Then after that bot will be sending that process plus signed invoice to the business. Okay, even XML also we'll be discussing now. Anyway, nowadays, right, we are not getting the output in the form of XML, basically JSON only. But anyway, as part of our training session, it is better to discuss FTP file transfer protocol. Basically, why it is required. If you want to transfer the files between different machines, we can do that. CyberArk, I told you, see, basically this is one action. Now we are not going to store the credentials, right? In the UiPath, basically we will be storing the credentials in the asset. But here, right, as a best practices, whatever the processes still now, whatever the clients still now I work, like we are going to maintain the credentials from the CyberArk. Okay, like based on what here, see, this also I'll be explaining. I will showcase one thing. 1 minute, 1 minute, guys. These are the things we need to provide. I will be explaining that. We'll be getting output like there are JSON, but several password. Then according to that, wherever you want to enter that password, we can do that. Even logging also, there are here. I told you there are two ways logging. Either you can log like in the database as well, plus and as wherever the bot is running on production video, you can log. And also in UiPath there is the screenshot capture also, text screenshot. Wherever the exception occurred, if you want to capture that screenshot, we can. Here also we have implemented Power Platform framework. But Power Platform framework, I can provide you the overview of that, whatever the tables we have used. If it is, you can suggest your company also, right? Your manager, your clients also. I will provide that information to you, and I will provide you the um, mm, videos also for that Power Platform framework. But here I don't think that we can directly implement, because we required actual database SQL server, and also require some data. I will try to mimic that, but if it is not possible, I will be providing the videos and documentation regarding Power Platform framework. What are the cloud flows it is having? What are the desktop flows? What are the minimum like environment variables? Whenever you are going to here also, right? RE framework, it is having, right, some minimum environment, whatever the variables they have used, right? That here also it will be providing. And whatever the tables we have used, whatever the stored procedures we have implemented as part of that, I'll be providing clear cut information to you guys, right? If you are planning, if you are like, better to suggest your clients, or better to suggest your managers also, if you are planning for implementing the framework.
Sorry to interrupt you, Ankii Reddy.
Yeah.
Have one question.
Yes, please.
During this training session, are you able to cover the all cloud actions, or only
Power
the
Automate
basic
cloud
needs?
actions. No, cloud actions is whatever SharePoint thing, right? And how we can do the parallel branching, how we can implement the concurrency control, and how we can trigger like yeah, like it is not like basic thing like most of the things, but like we are not actually work with the service now these things, right? Roop Shankar, right? Basically,
Yes, yes.
whatever it is required, definitely. But I'm sure on that, like then like we can get the data from any other data source also. We'll be discussing on-premises data gateway also. Don't worry.
And what about the AI models?
Yeah, A builder, I will be
AI
explaining.
builder.
Yes. Work queues concept also, I'm going to cover that.
Yeah, in recent days, everyone is asking about have you worked on Dataverse or the AI builder? So,
Dataverse, I will clearly explain. But Dataverse basically it comes into the Power Automate cloud, not into this. But like it is the only one cloud table. Like if you want to store, we can. I will be explaining that also in part of Power Automate cloud. But comes into RPA side,
Um,
you don't require it. Yes, please.
Ankii, if you don't mind, we have the
Hmm.
course curriculum, right? Content.
Yes.
If
I
it
will be
is
sharing.
handy, maybe you can
Hmm.
share the screen and explain what you are
Yeah.
going to cover in the course, no, so that it will be helpful for everyone, what we are going
Yeah.
to
Sure.
teach. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Raghav. I'll be sharing. You are able to see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay.
yes.
3 year, just like I will be adding Power Automate Cloud as part of training session. This is introduction. What is Power Automate? What is Power Platform ecosystem? Power Platform, I told you, right? There are different type of tools are available. Power BI, these things we'll be explaining. There are different type flows, cloud flows, desktop flows, business flows. But anyway, this is not required business flows. But theoretically, I will be explaining, because this business flows comes as part of that Power Apps. What are the types of cloud flows? I told you there are three types of cloud flows: instant cloud flow, scheduled, and automated. We'll be uh, uh, like practicing those. Then navigating the Power Automate interface in the sense here, right? What are the different, right, these things? And also if you want to add more, like I will be explaining this also, right? Each and every pair cut thing. Then difference between Power Automate. Practically I will showcase you like what are the things we can perform with Power Automate Cloud, what are the things we can perform with Power Automate Desktop. Then like get started with the cloud flows, like create your first instant cloud flow, triggers, actions, connectors. What is the difference between, what are the actions, different type of actions, what is trigger, what is connector, like create a first schedule flow, automated flow, how we are going to monitor here, right? In the through UiPath orchestrator, you are going to monitor here also, right? Suppose whenever the flow is running, suppose think, just one example. I will showcase. Okay, I will showcase. Then these are the core building blocks. Okay, understanding variables. What are the different type of variables? Okay, what is the compose? What are the expressions? Okay, control conditions, switch cases. Like these are the basics we'll be discussing. Working with what are the different type of operations we can perform. Working with parallel bank. This is main important, guys. I will explain. Working with array. Okay, JSON, HTML table. Suppose HTML table, in the sense, suppose you like in your business process, right? Like you faced one issue, but is getting failed. Okay, you want to like you want to include the that URL of that flow. Okay, that time like we will be including this. We'll be including that into the HTML table. We can create HTML table. Instead of that, we can. How do you call a child flow from parent flow? This one I will be explaining. Administration, governance, and best practices. Best practices, in the sense, I told you, best practice we will be discussing naming conventions, okay, optimization, everything. I have a document. I will clear cut. I will explain one by one. Okay, and using solutions. What is solution? What are the different type of solutions? What is the purpose of that? Okay, I will be clearly explaining that. Then environment variables, and also here, see, guys, I'm not going to touch, I'm not going to hard code any values, okay, as a part of our training session. Instead of that, I will be maintaining each and everything as a best practice. We'll be maintaining that into the environment variables. Okay, reusable flow design, because I told you, right, um, framework, right, that is the reusable processing. We can integrate that. What is retrying policy, action timeout? Okay, what is the retry policy? In the sense, suppose you are trying to connect some XYZ server, right? Right, you have tried initially, it is right, you are not able to connect, but will not able to, but like whatever the number of retries you have set, right? These things. What is the timeout? Exception handling, how we are going to handle the exceptions in Power Automate. Data loss prevention policies, right? This can be maintained by the administrator, but anyway, I will be explaining. See here how to deploy the solution from one environment to another environment, dev, test, prod. And also, guys, do you know about like version control? Like how we are going to maintain the version control in UiPath, guys? Like if anyone having any idea. Here, like we
Using
can
the
maintain,
Git,
yes.
using the
Okay.
Git repository. Yes.
Here also, like as of now, like we have maintained Bitbucket and as well as Azure ADO. Okay, I will explain like GitHub also, simple commands how can. Okay, optimal approaches for Power Automate Cloud, in the sense, right? This is basically, right, best practices. Whenever you are going to implement like Power Automate Cloud, like what are the best practices we need to consider? Okay, I'll be sharing the document also.
Yeah. Hi, Ankii. Sorry to
Yeah, hi.
interrupt you.
Yeah,
Thank
please,
you
please.
for explaining the content. But in this cloud content, you didn't mention these main AA builders and data was right.
No,
So
no, no. Data was like anyway. AI builder comes into here.
yeah, sorry. Come again.
AI builder comes into here. Hyper automation using AI builder. Power
Okay.
automate desktop. See here, actions will be here only. 1 minute. 1 minute. We can implement here. We can build models and we can integrate here.
Actually, in the cloud, it is showing some AI
It is
models.
there,
Right?
but here we are going to integrate that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be integrating here AI builder through AI builder, right? Suppose performance, if suppose PDF extraction, right? Suppose think, right? We can build that model inside of cloud. But like through RPA, through here only we are going to run, right? Power Automate Desktop, guys. That's what I'm saying. Dataverse in the sense that is the huge one. If you are going to work with the Power Apps, then it is useful. If you are going to work with the RPA sector, it is not useful. But anyway, I will add that. No issue. I prepared this content based on the RPA perspective, not based on like outside of that. If it is required, I can explain that.
Do we have any AI builder commands in Power Automate Desktop?
Power Automate Desktop, it is not there. Just like we have to create there models, we have to create agents.
Okay.
Instead of Power Automate.
Cloud, right?
Yes. There is no direct commands.
Yeah. Okay.
There is no direct command there. Like we have to, according to our requirement, we have to create our own models. See, 1 minute. Here. And also, if you want to learn more on this, I told you, Academy recently they have started.
So like this UiPath Studio, do we get the access for doing this Power Automate?
You mean to say this training you are saying?
Yeah, we need to do the hands-on, right? So where
Yeah.
give the access?
I will be providing. Don't worry.
Okay.
Like license also, I will be providing that.
Okay.
Don't worry. Like I will create the IDs and everything. Here we can create.
So,
here, see, I created the model.
Yeah, I got it. This is cloud, right? So we,
Yeah.
what do we need to search for getting this platform right now?
Make that Power Automate this one. Then you have to, suppose if you want to install, right? See. But anyway, prior to that,
I was asking.
Yeah.
I was asking like, do we need to install any app like our UiPath Studio?
Yeah, Power Automate Desktop we required.
Okay.
But Power Automate, it is cloud, right? That one we don't require. Through cloud, make that Power. 1 minute.
Hi, Ankii Reddy. How long the license whichever you are providing, right? How long it will be active?
I think like more than like around 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Here you can. I will provide that. Don't worry. Like how we can install. What are the requirements it is having. And also prior to that, right? You should have to create a Outlook account. Okay. Without like you won't be able to access Power Automate Desktop by using your like Gmail or whatever it may be. If you are having an Outlook Microsoft account, then you are able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can. We can use our company's.
Yes. You can. That is the work account, right? No issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ankii Reddy, in this session, can you show us to the invoice extraction and this AI models? Will you cover that?
Yeah, definitely. I will add that. Don't worry. Here, see, we did. If you want, I can do. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Models, I can say.
That is also needed. So.
Yeah. 1 or 2, like I will be explaining. You don't worry.
And what about the process mining? Ankii Reddy?
No, it's not required that much. But theoretically, but if you are working for right, if you are, I don't think that you will get a chance. Till now, I didn't get a chance to work on that. Like mainly like senior solution architect, they will be doing that. My task will be like as of now, like I work in solution architect, but I know theoretically, practically,
We will get this recording, right? This recording and other contents for.
One by
Yes, Devika, you will get the recording in the same group.
Okay.
Ankireddy, your voice is breaking. We lost you.
Interface.
Yes.
Yes, and also right, you'll be getting the recording session. Oh no, are you like topic also? Like I'll be sharing the document as well.
What's the course duration? Like how many days it will take to complete?
It like anyway like it is like minimum 40 days. Okay, and also like we need to cover some like additional things also, right? First batch anyway like it will be taking like 40 days definitely.
Okay. Thank
Yeah. And also see right, whoever has process mining anyway it is like just these are the things. It is already pre-built one, right? If you want to these things, but anyway I did not work on that, but I have a little idea. I mean to say the theoretical, but I did not done any like real time, but we can explore, don't worry. And also you said right, tables, these are the data hours. Okay, whatever the tables we have created here, right, data hours, it is right, particularly it is storing in the cloud. Okay, see, even make that power apps, it is right. If you want to implement the power apps, you can, it will be redirecting to power apps section. Okay, there.
Okay,
You want
in
to
this
create.
session, will you cover the first to desktop or cloud, or is there
No,
any?
no, first is cloud, right? So that you will come to know basically, right? Through cloud only, we are going to trigger the desktop.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that is better, right? If anyway, whatever it is, if it is required Power Automate desktop, also anyway, we have to complete both, right? But it is better to write Power Automate cloud. Then I will be starting that.
Yeah, okay, great.
At least like you will this thing deploy. See here, deployment will be we can do later, guys. This one deployment, this thing anyway later, right? Once you have implemented end to end, then I will showcasing that. Okay. Best practices, this one will be covering first one. Okay, then we'll be starting anyway RPA. If anyway I will be completing like within like 1 hour this thing, this then like in the interface and variables, VB scripting. See here, files and folders actions, right? Same UI path, right? If you want to create a new file, if you want to update the file, if you want to delete a folder like this, Excel automation, SQL basics I will be explaining, right? DDL commands, DML commands, DCL data control, how we can write a stored procedure, how we can create a functions, how we can configure Excel as a database. Okay, these things. Outlook automation anyway, Gmail action, Gmail is deprecated. PDF anyway, right? OCR we can do, and there are two types of normal PDF, native PDF. You mean to say image PDF? What is the difference? How we can create a model? XML automation, right? How we can write reader data? How we can get best data from XML based on some nodes? Okay, FTP automation, file transfer, and also as part of this, I will be covering the VB scripting, Java scripting, Python also, and I will be providing some documentation. Recorders in UiPath, what type of recorders are available, guys? There are three types, right? Here, right? Only right you web and this thing. Selectors, you know, right? What is selector? What is the purpose of that? How we can create a dynamic selector, right? Desktop automation, web automation. What is the UI desktop and web? Will be I will be providing some desktop applications as well, just for your practice purpose. How to debug? You know, right? Debugging, step in, step out. Like how we can data scraping, API automation, right? You have a data and some XYZ, right? Through API, how we are going to get the data. Exception handling, I told you there are two ways: unblock and action level. Work queues also we are going to discuss. For work queues, we have to create like UiPath orchestrator. You are going to create a queue and you are going to add. Here also through cloud, like we are going to create a queue and we are going to add the data. Then actions through Power Automate desktop, we are going to perform the actions. Then how to trigger a desktop flow from cloud flow, right? We have to create a connection. Use cases implementation for desktop. We'll be practicing that. Working with AI builder in the sense there. Copilot AI, I will let you know that. This one, Power Automate desktop. What are the best practices we need to consider as part of Power Automate desktop implementation? And I will be providing interview questions, both the desktop and cloud, and Power Platform certification. I will be providing some like dump also, guys. There are two types of certifications. Basically, see, PL in UiPath, what are the different type of certifications are available, guys?
Associate, professional, agentic.
Yeah, here right. Azure will be PL 500. It is right associate, RPA developer associate. 900 is Power Platform fundamentals. Like if you are appearing for any interview, if you are switching, right? These are the two certifications they might be asking. I will be providing the dump also. Don't worry. Whenever you are going to plan, right? At least prior to that, you should have to get the latest dump. That dump is required for that. You don't require to prepare any other things.
So is this certification paid?
Yes, you should have to pay for that.
Okay.
But compared to UiPath, it is not that much cost. Okay. It is right around 1 minute 4,880 plus 864, 5,800 something.
Okay.
If it is UiPath will be high, right?
Yeah.
India will be 4,008. See, now it is PL 900. It is 3691. But if you are comes into PL 500, right? It will be 4,880.
Okay.
I will show you.
So PL 900 or PL 500 is necessary?
Right.
Most
PL
necessary.
necessary if you are RPA, right? PL 500.
PL 500. Okay.
Yes. I will give the dump also whenever you are planning for right anyone, right? At least prior to right 1 week, right? We should have to go through the latest dump. See here, India will be 4,865, including GST. It is 5,800 something.
Okay.
Okay. There are so many, even like Power Platform Solution Architect, PL 600.
Ankii, show me a flow the user uses daily in work in manual way. Any flow
Pardon?
regarding PDF to Excel.
No, tomorrow in front of you, I'll be like creating the flow. That would be better. I mean to say.
Okay.
Tomorrow, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Today, just like I can provide, if I'm like explaining, like everything will be one side so that it is getting confused. Okay, that is the reason. Tomorrow, like we are going to either like whatever you tell me, whether you want to go it with the simple one or model, whatever it may be, so that like might be right if I'm going to explain with the like a complex one, right? Some might be they are not background of the RPA. It might be they will be getting confused. That's my intention. Tomorrow I'll be explaining the RPA challenge thing or anyone like you tell me so that I can provide the demo for tomorrow.
Yeah, one more question. You have worked on both technologies, right? UiPath and Power Automate. For a non-IT person who wants to switch their career into IT, so which tool you would suggest and why? Like, which is the
Yeah, why?
better
Because
option?
UiPath should be required like programming knowledge. Without like .NET, I mean to say VB.NET or C#, you won't. But here, right, you will be surveying. Power Automate. At least, right, in the UiPath, like you should have some basic knowledge of the programming. You should have you should have some basic knowledge on programming. Otherwise, you won't survive. I mean, but here somewhat like you can survive.
Ankit, one more question. What about we can compare the Blue Prism and this Power Automate?
Blue Prism, anyway, nowadays there is no market. No, right?
Okay.
I don't think that. And also, right, initially days, right? But I don't know, right, why like most of the company clients they are not using. Initially, they are like most of the clients. I mean to say, it is like used by the finance sector and banking sector. But like I did not hear even like wherever I work for now, right? I'm working for like some MNC, but like no, there is no Blue Prism project. Like most of the projects in Automation Anywhere, UiPath and Power Automate desktop. Recently, right, since I joined this company, for which company I worked, they like previously they have implemented the processes, all the processes by using Automation Anywhere and UiPath. Now, like we are migrating from Automation Anywhere or UiPath to Power Automate desktop. But like we are not, there is a tool also for migration. But anyway, again, like there is a manual intervention is required. You have to do that. For that, like from scratch, we are going to implement that.
Is it required to learn first UI path, then come to this Power Automate, or like how
No,
it
no,
is?
no, no. It's not required. I mean to say, it's not just I'm saying. No, no, it is not required. It is separate thing. You don't think
Okay,
about that any other things.
okay, okay, got it.
And
Then
I mean to
what
say,
about that training
yeah, please.
sessions? Like it is happening in weekends also, or only weekdays?
Yeah, like as per our like whoever is like they are compatible according to that we will plan as well. I mean to say, Sivani or Kumar, they will be providing that information.
Okay,
They will
okay, okay,
gather
got
that
it.
information, right? According to
Mm,
that, like our based on that, they will decide and they will provide that.
okay, thanks, got it.
actually, tomorrow session I will not be able to attend. So, uh, for the hands-on part, we will get the recording and we can do it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah. They
Okay.
definitely they will be sharing. Don't worry, they will.
Okay. So, for the access and license part, it will be given tomorrow only, right?
Yeah, I will
So,
be
I'll
providing. I mean to say, once these people, right? Once we are getting actual sessions is going to happen, right?
yeah.
Then like we'll be creating that licenses or everything.
Okay. Like, uh, is it through mail or something? The
Anyway,
license part.
yeah, 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 yeah. Through mail, like
Okay.
through WhatsApp, also they will be providing that. Don't worry.
Okay. One more question. Like for Power
Hmm.
Automate, is it necessary for learning Power Apps?
No, it's not required, Devika.
Okay.
Just I am saying, once you are comfortable, then like learn that,
Okay.
but not now immediately.
Okay.
Even I have experience on that now. Like I'm implementing the Power Apps also for real estate thing. Okay,
Mm.
now anyway, it is not required. Otherwise, you will be getting confused. But like whatever you have discussed, right? Power Apps will be different. Okay, totally. We can
Okay.
like, yeah, like there are different types. But now, if you are planning for this, right, you don't require now. In future, you can.
Okay.
Ankii, please go to the
Yeah.
chat now. We have couple of questions from the
Oh,
audience.
sorry, sorry, sorry. I did
Just
not see.
based on your time permits, you can just take couple of questions in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'm stopping sharing. 1 minute. Yeah, same attended and unattended in the sense, right? Here, basically, in UiPath, like attended in the sense you are going wherever you are going to run, right? In the bot, right? You have to trigger the flow, okay, through Power Automate, right? See, just I am sharing my screen. You have configured, you have automated one process based on the schedule, okay. But you want to trigger, you want to run that bot manually, okay, through cloud. I will show you. 1 minute. I am sharing my screen. Please let me know whether you are able to see my screen. I don't know. It will be taking time.
Yes, yes, it's visible. Go ahead.
Okay. 1 minute. Padmaja Vemula. No, no, there is no community version. They are not previously. They have introduced the developer program, but like they are not providing that like UiPath. We have to create some like some account on that. But previously they are providing that developer account. But nowadays they did not. Yeah, I download invoice from email to the desktop. How to extra either like it depends on that Kishore whether like if it is image based or like a normal native one. Based on that, if it is image, obviously we should have to go with the either OCR or otherwise we should have to go ahead with the models. In UiPath, we have document. Yes, we have document understanding in the sense models we should have to create. A center is a hub here. Yes, it's there. How can we store the database data queue for processing? Then I mean to say, first of all, database data in UiPath, how you are getting, you are going to connect, you are going to retrieve the data, then we are going to add that data to the queues. Here also through cloud, we are going to get the data from the database, then we will be adding that data to the queues. Oh, sorry. How long the code duration? It like I said, right, it is like 40 days.
All right. So anything else left as part of the demo, Ankii?
Yeah, 1 minute is like asking how to trigger the bot unattended mode.
Sure.
Sorry,
Go
attended
ahead.
mode. Yeah. Here I see is just right. You can select and you can run. That's all. Select the cloud flow and run that. That's all. This is the cloud flow. If it is desktop flow is there, see 1 minute. I will check whether desktop flow is there or not. I don't think it is there. Just I will see. There is no desktop flow. Either through here also you can run. If you want to trigger only the cloud desktop flow, you can. Okay, if you want to trigger the cloud flow as well as desktop flow, then you have to run here through. There is one button. Anyway, tomorrow I will show you. Simple one I can prepare, I showcase both the ways. And also here default solution also. Suppose here, like as part of our solution concept, right, I will be explaining what are the different type of solutions are available, what is the purpose, then we'll be discussing elaborately on that. And these things also I will be explaining. Automation center, process mining, a hub. I told you even like UiPath also there is a hub is there here also. Models here, we can create our own models according to our requirement, guys. Any questions? That's all from my side for today's session. If you have any questions, please.
So can you tell the timing of this training? From 9 to?
They will decide. Raghav or like Sivani will update Devika. According,
Okay.
like they will gather the information from whoever is interested. According to that, they can decide the timing even before 9 also. Like they can decide. They will provide that
Okay.
information.
Okay.
Okay. Still anyone, any questions? Please feel free to, unmute and you can ask, please. Right. So again, thank you so much everyone for joining the session, for your valuable time in attending the session. So guys, regarding the Power Automation cloud and desktop installation, as you all know, UiPath, we have availability of the community edition wherein you can able to access the basic components of Studio, Robot and Orchestrator, right? In the meanwhile, previously we have access for Power Automation Cloud and desktop also. But again, from I think couple of months, they have stopped giving access for the free accounts like Gmail accounts. So nowadays we cannot able to access this Power Automation Cloud with your Gmail account. Even we need to create Outlook account to access the Power Automation desktop. But for our training purpose, we are going to create the free accounts. We have some required prerequisites with us, so we can use that and we will create accounts and we will share those accounts with your Gmails or in your WhatsApp, so that you guys can able to use those service account and you can able to practice this Power Automation Cloud and desktop if you don't have the business account. And next thing is regarding the uh, date and when the actual sessions are going to start. Now, after this demo, our team will reach one to one and take the collective feedback, from all of you. So based on that, if required, we will take another demo session, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And tomorrow we will inform in the group that when exactly the actual sessions are going to start, and regarding the time also. Most probably in the morning sessions also only, might be from 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Yes, we will share this recording, demo session recording, in the group. And whatever the queries you have, please feel free to reach out myself or Reddy or our team Kumar and Shivani. We can happily share the train course curriculum content, the pricing, and the duration, and the actual session timings. Okay. Still any more questions, anyone? Are we good?
Yeah, no question.
Right. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you so much again, Mr. Reddy, for collaborating with RPA Vault. Um, and still, guys, we are going to announce some more trending technologies also from RPA Vault. Please try to join in our main WhatsApp group, wherein we are keep posting all the training updates across our RPA Vault. Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll keep posted the updates in our WhatsApp group. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Raghav. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Reddy. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.